everybody, it's Tony Vaughn here with Outside the Box on Xpnsion Network. Today we're going to be talking with Crista Marie Miller, and she has some amazing gifts. I'm so excited because I'm going to get a reading while we're on the show. But she does mediumship, she's channeling, she can get in touch with your spirit guides, and just does some really fascinating, amazing stuff. So help me to welcome her. Okay, thank you so much for joining us, Crista. So happy to have you here, and this is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited.
I agree. Thank you so much. I've been pumped about this for a while. So,
cool. So first question right out the gate that I'm always so fascinated about is, please tell everybody at what point you started to notice that you were a little different.
A little, yeah. Well, I've seen spirit my whole life. I can't remember a time where I haven't. But around the age of 7 is when they actually started interacting with me and actually noticing me as
noticing them. Yeah. Okay.
An observer, and just kind of, now looking back at it, I think when I was younger, I wasn't picking so much on spirit, just alternate realities, because I would just see other people just walking by and doing their thing, and everything looked a little different. And I just thought, like, oh, okay, we're just in, there's just 2 or 3 different places here at all times. I just kind of thought that was normal.
Yeah.
It never, because I didn't speak about this when I was a child.
And why didn't you speak about it?
When I would try to, my mom and dad would be like, oh, you have an amazing imagination. Just here's a journal, here's a pen, write about it. I'm like, okay, cool. And so, I'd write about all these wonderful, amazing worlds that I saw, and that weren't that much different than ours. Okay. Then I think I was definitely around 7 years old. I had a tendency to wander off by myself a lot. I was always wandering, because I still have wanderlust to this day. I just want to get up and go. I don't just go.
Me too. I gotcha.
It's I love to explore. I love to find out things on my own. And so I was at a toy store, and it was a new, bigger toy store that I'd never been to, because it was more in the greater Los Angeles area. We were driving up north to see my aunt up in Santa Barbara, and we stopped at this toy store along the way. And I just wandered off, and again, I had seen another reality, and it was a reality on top of a reality of a man kneeling by this running creek, and he had jean overalls on. I don't particularly remember a shirt, and he had a wide brim hat on, and he had extremely gruffy face, like so much gruff, like I could barely see his eyes. And unlike my other realities that I had seen, it was like he was physically there on the ground with me. And in comparison to other realities, they were almost kind of like less solid and around me, kind of like more like holograms. But he was solidly there. And I knew this because he was kneeling by this running creek. So I knew this was something different. And I just sat there, and I was just like frozen. Wasn't frozen in fear, just more a fascination.
Yeah.
And I went to go to take a step closer to him, and he had noticed me. And he turned around very abruptly, very angry, very pissed off. And he just came rushing at me saying, why are you on my spot? This is my spot. I'm tired. I'm so tired of everybody trespassing on my land. This is my spot. Do you understand my spot? And at that point, I was just like,
yeah, like a kid would do. Yeah.
Fear. And because he was just like, and he was moving fast toward me, and he was just screaming and yelling and cursing. And I was a very sheltered child, so I had never heard that many curse words in one point. I was just like, what the heck? And but luckily he disappeared before he got too close to me. And I was just sitting there like, oh my, what in the world just happened? Because again, nothing had ever like spoken to me like that before.
Yeah.
And my mom comes around the corner, and she's like, oh my goodness, Crista, here you go. You got wandered off again. Yeah. And when the spirit had come at me, he came at me with so much force that he actually knocked toys off the shelf, because he was in that much in our reality. And so my mom was like yelling at me. She's like, "Great, you're knocking toys off the shelf." And she's like, "We're out of here. I'm done. I'm over you.
I
We're
can't
just
take you anywhere.
exactly."
Yeah.
And I was just like, I honestly, I didn't say a word all the way up to Santa Barbara. I was like, what's going on? And then we had our family trip, and I was always a quiet child. I was always a reader, off in the corner reading. I read anything and everything. I would go and pick up the encyclopedia and read it because I found it fascinating. I was just
Yeah.
a sponge for knowledge. And then we came back home, and a couple of nights after we got home, my dad was watching a show called Unsolved Mysteries.
Love that show.
And yeah, well, when I was that age, it terrified me. Like as soon as that theme music would start, I would.
Oh yeah, it was kind of creepy. Yeah.
So creepy.
Yeah.
And they talked about so many things on that show that I was like, yeah, I think they might be onto something, but I don't know. And I would always run back into my room down the hall and like slam my door. I'm like, I want nothing to do with that show. But that night, after my episode, I had my dad was sitting there, and on this particular show that night, a psychic was in the same exact toy store that I was at just a couple days ago.
What?
Talking to the same exact spirit that I was talking to. And I was like, and that was my big neon sign from spirit saying, this is not in your head. Somebody else can do this too. And that medium actually turned out to be Sylvia Brown, and I actually started working with her when I was 7 years old.
Get out!
Yeah.
I love Sylvia.
Yeah. She was a hoot. We miss her dearly.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And that's what kind of started my journey of, okay, yeah, if somebody else can see this, it might be onto something.
Yeah.
And then later on that week, we had this huge, beautiful China berry tree in my backyard. And I would always sit up there. Now I know I was meditating, but I would sit there and sit on the limbs and just let the wind, because the Santa Ana winds would come through.
Yeah.
Southern California. And I would just sway with the wind. It was my favorite thing to do. And this male spirit popped up next to me while I was sitting there in my nice, quiet space. And I was like, oh, no. And he's like, hi. And I'm like, no, not again, not again. But luckily, he turned out, he's my best friend. Look right here. His name's Eloise. He's my spirit guide. He's my main spirit guide. And he has a very dry sense of humor. He's very sarcastic, so we get along fabulously.
Oh, nice.
And, so I met my spirit guide, and he was the one who taught me. He's like, you're not crazy. You're not insane. This is a gift you were given to by God. And he's like, and this is the beginning of your journey. And then shortly after that, Yeshua came to me, who I later learned was Jesus. But when he came to me, he pronounced himself as Yeshua. Yeah. And then right behind me, Mary Magdalene came to me. So those are the three people that I mainly work with when I am working with my team.
Okay. And so then explain to everybody what you do during readings and stuff like that.
Yeah. So since that fateful day, I have learned how to subtly tell different frequencies of energies that come in. And so now I have the ability to hear a person's whole spiritual team. And that sometimes, usually, most of the time, depending on the person, includes crossover loved ones, earth elementals, spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, light beings, and archangels. And as long as it comes in for the client's highest good, I allow it in. And I'm mainly now, I do a lot of automatic writing. And then if they want to fully channel through me, I allow that.
Wow. That's a lot.
It's a lot, but like I said, I've been doing it for so long, and I'm so used to this.
You've learned how to organize it and stuff, so it's not like,
because I'm in charge. Spirits sometimes they think they're in charge. No, I'm in charge.
That's good. Okay. Yeah. Well, so one of the things that I wanted everybody to see is actually what she does, how she does it. And so she and I have spoken one time on the phone a couple of weeks ago before this interview, and that's it. She doesn't know anything about me. other than just, you know, me telling her how much I love the paranormal stuff and things like that. But she doesn't know anything about me personally. And so we are going to do a reading right now. And I am just on pins and needles. I can't wait to see how much fun this is going to be. So, so that you can see how this works with her, and decide based on that whether or not you'd like to have a reading of your own. So, okay, let's do this.
Well, Tony, I'm like, I don't know where to begin with you because there's so much information that comes through, and this is so exciting. And your team is, there's a lot, a big portion of your team that hasn't got a chance to talk yet, they're saying. So,
okay. All right, I'm going to grab a piece of paper and a pen in case I need to write anything down.
If it is okay with you, I am going to jump all the way up to, because I kind of put spirit on it's a tier basis, but just for my own human brain. Okay. And I'm gonna go, oh gosh. I'm gonna start off with a light being, and I normally don't jump up that high. Okay. But it came in so strong for me that I was just like, wow. And have you heard from your light being spirit guide before?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because this entity was just so strong, so really wanted to get a message and a point across that he hasn't been able to talk yet. And I
this is
a light being. So I extraterrestrials, I call them light beings.
Okay.
Just because ETs, extraterrestrials, aliens, I feel it's kind of derogatory, because they usually, for me, what I communicate with, they all come in through the light. Okay. And they're very...
There's a bit of a stigma with, if you talk about aliens and stuff, people are like, what? Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is not a little gray alien that I'm talking to, no.
So
sorry.
is this light being somebody who's part of my group?
It's definitely part of your spiritual team. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been with you, and I use the term he lightly. It's just the energy I'm picking up from him is more masculine, but they obviously they don't attribute to male or female, but it's more masculine energy. And he's been with you since childhood, and he's been playing with you since childhood. He's saying you will see him as a tall, thin, dark shadow in the corner of your room, but he's actually not dark. He's actually pure light. But he's very tall. Very tall, almost like, I don't know if you've seen the picture of the Slender Man with the long arms. That's what he looks like, but he's pure light, pure love. In fact, he even hunches over because he's so tall. But he keeps saying you've seen him since childhood. Have you always seen a shadow in the corner, and you've always been like, there's always just something there? I
don't, I feel like everybody has times in their life when you're maybe walking around the house and you kind of catch something in the corner of your eye, and then it's not that, but then there's nothing really there. But I can't recall actually like seeing anything in my room or anything like that.
Yeah, okay, because he keeps talking about childhood. Let me see what he's talking about here. Okay. He's saying, because he said out of the box, and he showed me a sign. I know that's the sign of the name of your show, but he's like, out of the box. I helped you come up with that name, out of the box.
Oh, thank you.
he's like, I've been with you. He's like your creative director, he's saying. That's cool. So you're highly creative. Do you paint?
I don't. No, I don't.
Start painting. And this is energy lines, okay? You're not going to sit there and paint a still life. That's not what I'm talking about.
I can't do a stick figure, so yeah.
But you can do energy lines.
Okay.
Okay, so try it out, because you work so highly in tune with energy and frequency lines.
Okay.
When it's interesting, you do not see a person's aura. It's almost like lightning bolts that you feel jolting off of them. It's not like you're stepping into a person's aura, but it's like you're being... Does this make sense?
Like when I'm interacting with other people?
Yeah, it's almost like jolts.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
Instead of like a nice, easy, like, oh, I'm stepping into your energy now. Everything's light. No, when you step in, it's like, oh, okay, hi, okay, I know who you are now.
Yeah.
It's like it's a jolt. They keep showing me it's a jolt. And they're saying that's just how you read energy. You don't read energy in a gentle way. You read energy with almost like an impact.
Okay.
And that's what he really wanted me to come through today and tell you, is that you just read energy different than most people. Like, you wouldn't be able, like, certain frequencies, certain tones will just not sit right with you. It'll make you uncomfortable. It will, like, turn you off even. He's even showing me, like, sometimes you'll even get, like, a distasteful taste in your mouth when there's a certain frequency or tone. You're just like, ugh, I'm just going to step myself away.
Yeah, I'll have to pay more attention to that. But yeah, even going into a house that my husband and I were looking at some homes, and you know how when you go into a house that has no furniture, no carpet, whatever, how it echoes. Yep. And this place that we were in, we had gone downstairs and there was a room there, and it was a tile floor, and of course no carpet, nothing on the walls, and there was 4 people in there talking, and I was just like, God, like, I just want to get out of here. It was too much. It was too much. Yeah.
Because again, the energy, your auric field picks it up extremely different than most people.
More sensitive.
Very much more sensitive, and it's mainly to sounds. Smells too. He's saying smells you're sensitive to as well. But mainly sound. Okay. Frequency, hertz. Yes. Okay. And he keeps drawing a symbol, and it keeps bringing me back to out of the box. And hopefully this will make sense to you. But he's showing me almost like a jack in the box, but it's putting the thing back into the box. Would that make sense to you at all?
Boy, I don't know.
Pushing like a jack in the box, and you're like pushing it back down. Thank you. You push your feelings down too much.
Oh, because that's what I'm like. Is he talking metaphorically, emotionally? Like what? Okay.
It's metaphorically. He's like, she shoves everything down. She shoves everything down. And she's like, and okay, so now this is actually one of your spirit guides coming forward. Because now see the energies. So when this guy was talking to me, it was coming here. And
do they have names?
Light beings really don't have human names.
Okay.
It's very, very he just keeps saying Yan. You can call me Yan, Y-A-N.
Okay.
But it's more light beings have more of a tone name, and
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Believe it or not, I'm tone deaf. So he could tell me, and it would sound the same from Bob or Billy or Hubby.
Okay.
It's interesting. I'm tone deaf, but I'm so sensitive to energy and how it is. Okay, so now I have a spirit guide of yours coming forward over here. She's female. And okay, hold on. Is your mom's mom in spirit, your grandma?
Yes.
Okay, I also have her coming through. Okay, and she's coming along with your spirit guide because they both have the same message. Okay. Okay. And your grandma had some mental issues before she passed?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. She's showing me problems with Oh, man. Yeah, she keeps showing me memory. Okay.
Now, she passed before I was ever born. She passed when my mother was 8 years old. She was only 30. So
do you know if it was a brain aneurysm?
Oh, this might be the other grandma.
Okay. It's happened? It could, so your dad's mom?
It was my mom's stepmother. So Perfect. Her mom died when she was 8, and then my grandfather remarried to her. And she did, she fell and hurt her head, and then while she was in the hospital. I don't know if it was actually an aneurysm, but it was because of that fall.
And then she started having memory problems?
No, she died.
And she died because she was saying,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, everything got fuzzy, got foggy, it was everything. Okay. So when, and I forgot to do this in the intro, but when you are doing mediumship, there is no difference between stepmom, step grandma, or anything like that. It will still come in the same energy. So I apologize about that. Okay. So this is definitely your grandfather's second wife, because she was like, oh man. And it was like, I hit my head. And then everything got fuzzy and then grayed out. And she was so concerned about losing her memory, or her memories. Thank you. Her memories before she passed, because it happened so fast. And it was just like, oh, what happened? What happened? Yeah. And I know she's come through for you in other readings. Correct?
I think she has. My mom's mom, my mom's real mother, has come through in every reading I've had. Very, very strong energy from her.
But not so much her. Okay, let me get more info from her. Well, her main message was, I was just like, I shouldn't have worried about that, because I did retain my memories. She was concerned about losing all her memories, because she had so many pleasant memories, so many the grandchildren, and she didn't see you guys as step grandchildren. You guys were her grandchildren.
Oh yeah, because they were married when we were all born. Like excuse me?
40. She's saying 40. Was it like for 40 years?
Oh, very well could have been.
Okay. Just keep that in mind. I heard very strongly 40. And then your grandfather never remarried, correct? But he did date.
No, he did marry.
Oh, interesting.
One last time, yeah.
But she's laughing about that. I don't know what was so funny about the third marriage, or if they weren't planning on getting married, something like that. But it was humorous. Okay. And your grandfather's in spirit now too, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's stepping in now, and they're both kind of laughing about. I don't think your grandfather. He doesn't like the term grandpa, right?
No, that's what we always called him.
Like, I'm not grandpa. I'm like, okay, you're not grandpa. Who are you?
Now, I have a couple of grandpas that have passed. So is this, I mean, I have my grandpa on my dad's side, of course, and on my mom's.
This is still your mom's side. Do you have another father figure who's like your grandpa on your mom's side?
Not really.
Okay, if you don't have, if you can't make it fit, we're not going to make it fit. It will come up clear, because you just said not grandpa. We'll make it.
Does he give a name?
Boy, I'm working on my name. Phil?
What did you say, Phil?
Phil? Is there a Phil?
No.
Okay. My names, I'm working on them. Okay. Grandfather. Okay, because they wanted to go back to the laughing with the. I don't think your grandpa was planning on getting remarried a third time, but the woman that he did marry, she was almost like a saint, correct? She was very like loving and like took care of.
I think she was a very nice woman. I was never very close to her. I mean, by the time he married her, I was already an adult with my own kids, and I didn't live nearby and stuff. And so so I wasn't ever really close to her. She was definitely nice enough. Yeah.
And then she took care of him as he was passing, correct?
As much as she could. They were both quite old and couldn't really care for each other.
Okay. All right, they're stepping back. Okay, they're stepping back, and this other female spirit guide that came in before your family members jumped all in there. Okay. All right. Okay, so your main spirit guide, she is female. She She's also showing me like a black bat, like at Halloween. Would that have significance to you?
Yes.
Okay. Is that how you?
Yeah.
Is that how you like you identify yourself?
I love Halloween, and up until this last week, I had a big
Oh,
witch and bats on the wall in my
that's
room. Yeah.
I was like, wow, black bats. This is so funny.
Yep. Yep. I
Okay.
do
Well,
like me some bats.
yeah, she's like, why'd you take them down? They were cool.
Well, because we're moving.
But make sure you can put them back up. It doesn't have to be Halloween. You will put them back up.
Oh no, I put those up after Halloween. I planned on keeping them up.
Good.
So yeah, they'll go back up.
Good, because I was like, this is so random that this is the first thing she's bringing up, is that she definitely, because that's it. It represents like your style. It represents what you like. You like the macabre. You like the dark. You like the mysterious.
Yes. Not dark as in evil, just like
Right. Yeah.
just mysterious. I like that. Magical. Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to date a vampire?
Does she have a name?
If I give you a name, please give her a name that suits you. If I give you a name and it doesn't fit well with you, you don't need to take it. Okay.
Okay.
It's really about your personal connection to your guides.
Because they're not attached to names.
No, not really.
Okay.
She's giving you the name Anne.
Okay.
But that's just a name that she's been known by in past lives.
Okay.
You guys have been friends. You guys have been friends for a real long time.
Meaning what? That she's just been around me for a long time?
In past lives.
Okay.
A past life. She's saying this was three past lives years ago, and calling you a sister wife. That's interesting.
What?
Yeah.
Ew.
I'm the messenger. But yeah, you guys were like in some type of spiritual commune together, and literally like family together. Like it was just like one big household, but there was multiple wives, and you guys were the closest of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, I do have, my family is on my mother's side are Mormon.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, or LDS, which just to be clear, that is not part of the current Mormon church. I don't want anybody thinking that. I mean, but a long time ago, it was. Yes.
But yeah, so that was your most recent past life with your spirit guide.
Okay.
But it was a very much
a long time ago
bond. It was a deep sister bond.
Okay.
And she's come back to this life as your main spirit guide to give you strength and to give you a sense of purpose and empowerment.
Okay. Well, who couldn't use that?
And she's saying I'm calling upon you now to even step more into your empowerment and stepping into what you want to do. For you are not only moving physically, you are moving spiritually, you are moving emotionally, mentally, you are moving in all directions. And it's going to take a great willpower to keep going, because there's some days where you will want to rest. And she's saying rest is good. Rest is perfectly fine. But do not take 2 or 3 days to rest, for you have way too much to do.
Okay.
Okay. She's talking about the importance of a vacation. You have a vacation coming up?
No, but we're moving to a place that might as well be a vacation place.
Spot.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like sun. I'm feeling south. So it's south of California. and sun.
Yep.
I don't feel tropical though.
No, we're going to Mexico.
Oh, okay, cool.
South of California. Yeah.
So they're taking me, I'm horrible with geography, so they don't give me name. They give me they make me feel where I'm at. I'm like, this is not tropical. Cool.
Okay.
So good move. They're saying good move, good move, good move.
Nice.
Oh, overdue. Okay. All right. And she would like to channel through me. And I only channel spirit guides and above. I don't channel earth elementals or crossed over loved ones. Again, it's kind of like a tier level for me of energy coming through. And spirit guide is about the level I'm comfortable with channeling through. Okay. I am working on becoming a conscious channel, but I'm not there yet. So I am an unconscious channel. So I will go out, and when I return, okay. Yep. When I return, actually, one of my guides wants to come in and channel as well. So we'll get to if we have time for that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is your main spirit guide, Anne. And again, you can rename her if you want. Name's not important. It's just your relationship and connection with her.
Okay.
Let me give you a little bit of her personality. Like I said, she's very much, I am a woman, hear me roar. Kind of, yeah, I'm just going to say it, like, we don't need men for much. We do it all ourselves. We've done it ourselves for many eons. And again, these are her words, not mine. And that it's time now for us to take back our power.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's kind of like her very much. She's very, very stoic and very, very like almost like thick-skinned kind of. She's the type of person that when you walk into the room, she would like look at you up and down and automatically know who you are, what you're like, read you like a book.
Wow.
Kind of
Okay.
She kind of reminds me of a little bit softer version of, so I was a film major, so I relay everything back to film. The Devil Wears Prada, Meryl Streep's.
Oh.
What she reminds me of.
So
just a little bit softer version.
Kind of a bitch then. Yeah. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Gets the job done. She gets the job done. She'll get the message across.
Okay.
Here we go. Here comes Abby. Hey, Tony. Thanks for allowing me to come through today.
Hi.
I want to come through today for you, in particular for a message, because since you are shifting in so many areas of your life, I want to let you know and give you the awareness that there is a sense of shifting going on in every single aspect of your life. This shifting is actually occurring at a cellular level. You are being broken down and rebuilt. This rebuilding process is key to your next evolution for who you want to become. In essence, you are almost disintegrating or crumbling or coming apart. And you can feel this. You've been feeling this as you are packing up. It's almost a sense of, what do we really, really need to take with us? For we do not need all this. What do we really need? Because yes, moving is a sense of a fresh start, but this is even more. This is more of an evolution on your soul's journey. You have ascended to the next level. And when you arrive and you have fully grounded yourself in your new location, I want you to literally fall apart. Get down at whatever emotion comes over you. If you must get down on your knees and sob, if you want to raise up your hands and laugh, I just want you to come apart And then allow spirit, allow your team, allow your light team to come and reassemble you into the new Tony, the new improved Tony, the new person who you are going to become. The shift is already happening right now. The shift is occurring right now. It's occurring inside you, around you. You feel it again. Sometimes it'll feel like you are on shaky ground, especially during the move. There may be some hiccups. There may be some hills that you'll need to climb. But no, they are not mountains. They are just small hills that you will need to climb. If you see the chance to dig a tunnel through that hill instead of climbing all the way over it, please do. For there will be some shortcuts that will be able to come up. You just need to pursue them and take them and have faith. Have faith and trust that this process is working, and Spirit's already led you. We've already led you to your new location. You will have many, many journeys here. You will have people come to your home for rest and relaxation. You will have many retreats here, especially for women, and allowing women. This ground that you have built upon and that you are building upon is almost, again, it's a disintegration of who you are in order for you to be able to rebuild yourself back up. How beautiful is that? In order to go to a place, in order to break down and build back up. And I want you to keep that in your mind as you are rebuilding into who you want to become. And blessings, my dear Tony. We will leave you with that for now.
Thank you.
Cool.
And we're back.
I always come back. I'm like, did that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Cool. Wonderful. Okay, and it connected with your life and everything like about it?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. And I totally agreed with and have experienced some of the things that she was talking about. So yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Self-empowerment. They really want to talk about self-empowerment. Okay. All right. So, all right. I hear you. Okay. So, Mary Magdalene would like to come through now.
Oh my.
The woman herself. I'm like, I wasn't planning on this. She's like, you're ready, my dear. You're ready. I'm like, okay. All right.
Oh, so you're going to channel her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So I just got to raise my power up. Whew. Because she's been having me write down these little messages throughout the day. And I'm like, what are these for? And she's like, well, now this is what they're for. And she's like, and I have more to say. And I'm like, okay. All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to come through and speak today on this glorious, wonderful, beautiful, blissful day.
Hi.
Hello. I'm so blessed to be here. I've been working with Crista for many, many years. She is a godsend. She is a blessing. And we have been working on shifting not only the consciousness of the planet, but also the frequency. And that's what I wanted to come in and talk about today. For the year 2020, everybody's ready. Everybody wants to go. Everybody is ready to get going on their path. I've said this before in other talks, but 2019 was all about the doing, the preparing, the doing. And 2020 is really about reaping all what you sow. There are so many dreamers on this planet, and this is one of the main reasons why I love this planet and chose to become Ascended Master for this planet, was because there's so many dreamers. And the dreamers are what make the world go round. But there's a difference. The world is shifting. Dreamers are great. But now these dreamers must begin to act. They must begin to take action. Not only sit there and daydream and wish and hope for a better world, but to start acting. And this is the shifting of 20 to 2027. These next 7 years will start preparing the world for a world of action, a world of doing, not a world of sitting back on your laurels and waiting for things to happen. No, if you are a dreamer, I'm calling upon all dreamers, start acting, start that little vision that you have, that little vision that Spirit has implanted you with, and the fates have come to you and installed this gift for you. Start doing it. Stop waiting and start doing it. Start doing it. Dreamers who don't act spend a lifetime longing for something new. If you do not act, you will always continue just to sit there and long and wish. It will not come to you if you just sit there and do nothing. For the shifting of energy has changed. We must act now. The dreamers must act, and the dreamers must become the activators. Dreamers, the activators. That is what is called for upon right now, dreamers to activators. And the one true thing that I have really tried to install within Crista is that she has unique approach to reading people and to teaching them how to go throughout their lives. For she teaches, and she has been brought into a new teacher by the name of John Hogue, who is instilling upon her the importance of actually, and this is quite unique, but acting and moving, but still being still at the same time.
Okay.
Acting and moving, so you could be doing something, but still have this stillness of mind and being centered. This is achieved by, first, as everybody talks about, being present and being in the moment. But once you're present in the moment, start moving. Start moving. For again, we are shifting into an energy of movers. When you are moving and you could still be in your still, solid, present state, then you can begin to start achieving the bigger dreams and the bigger visions that you have. I am teaching Crista, and John Hogue, this is her new teacher, has been teaching her through here, and we're integrating about the approach of bringing people through the future and the past, for it is all happening simultaneously, but bringing people through the future and the past back to the one place that this all happens, the eternity of the present. That is where we are empowered. The eternity of the present is where you are empowered in the now. Do not worry about a second from now. Don't worry about that second that just passed. So I invite us all now to take a deep breath in. And as we are letting it out, knowing we are empowerment. We are all here to guide you. None of us are alone, and none of you are alone. We are all here to support, guide, protect, and show you any steps that you require along the way. Ask and it shall be given. Blessings. I will leave you all with that.
Thank you. Okay. Well, that was about perfect timing. We're about out of time. So this was
really good at that.
Yeah, this was so amazing. Can you please tell everybody how they can reach you if they'd like to schedule a meeting, or what's your website, whatever information you'd like to give?
So you can schedule a website. It's www.CristaMarieMiller.com. It's CristaMarieMiller. Crista is just the part they usually get messed up on. Crista. CristaMarieMiller.com. And my phone number is 909-689-4444. I can get text messages or calls. And that's how you get a hold of me. And I have a public Facebook page, Crista Marie Miller, and Instagram as well, Crista Marie Miller.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this and sharing your gifts with us. And for all of you out there, I hope you enjoy this, and definitely give her a call, because that was really fun. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Have a good one, everybody. See you next time.